I know you're already thinking of it. I'm going to throw out everything in my pantry because you know you. And then when you go on that restrictive diet, then those things that you think that you're not allowed to have are going to be taunting you. When you go into a moderate deficit, you can still have those things. You're not going to be in such a deficit where you're going to be starving and having just uncontrollable cravings. So really, when you look at it, set realistic expectations and then reverse engineer. What does it take for you to do that? What is it going to take for you to get in your protein every day? How are you going to set up your days? What are you going to do for meal prep and planning? Are you somebody that likes to cook, or do you absolutely hate cooking?
This is Mastering Menopause. By using fitness, nutrition, lifestyle, and mindset, you can master your hormones and get your body back. I'm Kathy Cote with Catalyst Fitness and Nutrition. Let's get into it.
Welcome back to Mastering Menopause. I hope that you had an awesome holiday. I am wishing you a happy new year. And so here we are, New Year's, right? New year, new you. I hate that. As the holidays are coming to an end, it will definitely be on a lot of women's minds. Instead of preparing to throw everything out of your pantry and go onto this ambitious workout routine, you can do this instead. How do we set up a transformation journey or a weight loss journey, I should probably say? The first thing that I would do, and trust me, I have been in this spot for many years, many New Years. I have spent thinking about what does January look like, right? And for me, it looked like gloom and doom. Let's take away all the alcohol. I'm not going to drink at all. I'm eliminating all the sugars. I'm throwing everything out of my pantry. And then how many days a week can I work out? How long am I going to work out? Oh my God, maybe I'll do 2-a-day workouts. So I have been here and I know like maybe you've overindulged over the holidays and you're just feeling fluffy and you're ready to tackle this now that the holidays are behind you. There's nothing wrong with that, but let's not go to such an extreme that's going to lead you to just getting frustrated and not being able to stick with it. I know when I had my ambitious programs, 2 weeks later, it's okay, I think I'm done with this, right? Time to have a cocktail or time to have some pizza or something like that, and just really got down on myself when I did that because I didn't stick to my super ambitious goal, which I wouldn't have been able to stick to anyways. So how can we avoid that? First things first is I would invite you to assess, what did your past year look like? What were some wins that you got? What were the things that held you back? And really look at that and see what worked well and what didn't. And then look at future thinking. So we're looking at the past to see how did that past year go? And then what do you want 2024 to look like? And so maybe you have a milestone birthday in September or something like that. Or maybe there's a cruise, or that maybe there's a wedding, or you maybe just want to feel good and you want to thrive and you're tired of not liking the mirror and you want things to be different. Now we have to set goals. Be realistic with those goals. I don't think it's unrealistic to say, hey, I want to rock my shorts and I want to rock a bikini in the summer. What does that look like? Are we looking at possibly losing 20 pounds by summer? That is realistic. But maybe you're like, I have a cruise in February and I need to lose 10 pounds in the next 6 weeks, right? That's not realistic. And you can do it. Trust me, you can go on to a super restrictive diet and lose those 10 pounds by that cruise and be 10 pounds skinnier for a bunch of strangers. You're just going to gain that weight back, if not more. And it's just not the way to go. I'm sure you're tired of the yo-yo dieting, the up and down, losing and gaining the same weight over and over. Here is where you are going to make your plan. What is your goal? And then be realistic with it. Be realistic. I talked last week about when you go into MyFitnessPal and you set it to lose 2 pounds a week. That is not realistic, ladies. That's 1,000 calorie deficit a day. That is way too much. So if you could do something like a half pound to 1 pound of weight loss per week, then that is going to be realistic. And it's also not going to be super hard as well. So now if you're looking at losing 10 pounds by, oh God, now I'm going to have to math. If we're going to lose 10 pounds in 2 months, that would be 5 pounds a month. Okay, so that's 1.25 pounds a week. So that's probably going to be a little aggressive, honestly, that you're not going to be able to stick with that. So I would give yourself 3 months to lose that 10 pounds. That's going to be way easier to lose, 3.5 pounds a month? Absolutely. When you do a moderate deficit, then you can still have things like chips and guac and maybe a margarita or things like that. We don't have to be so restrictive and pull everything out of the diet. We can still have the foods that we enjoy. Yes, we want to make sure we're having water and vegetables and all that, but we don't have to go on this. I know you're already thinking of it. I'm going to throw out everything in my pantry because you know you. And then when you go on that restrictive diet, then those things that you think that you're not allowed to have are going to be taunting you. When you go into a moderate deficit, you can still have those things. You're not going to be in such a deficit where you're going to be starving and having just uncontrollable cravings. So really, when you look at it, set realistic expectations and then reverse engineer. What does it take for you to do that? What is it going to take for you to get in your protein every day? How are you going to set up your days? What are you going to do for meal prep and planning? Are you somebody that likes to cook, or do you absolutely hate cooking? So maybe you set up a meal service or something like that. There's so many different approaches that you can take to this, but you need to be smart with how are you going to get to your goal and reverse engineer that. So that's what I mean by that is, okay, I want to lose 10 pounds in 3 months. Okay, so this is a moderate deficit. Okay, now how am I going to get in my protein, and how do I manage my days when I'm running around all over the place, and really figuring out what is it going to take for you to be adherent? How can you be, I shouldn't even say adherent, how can you be consistent? Because that's really the big one. So I think that really comes down to planning, meal prep and planning, honestly. And I don't do a bunch of meal prep. My meal prep is boiling eggs, is cooking 3 pounds of chicken, and then cutting up vegetables and then putting them in the air fryer so that I have them available to me. So I do lunch meat a lot. That's super easy. I like tuna. There's just my go-to meals. I always have some kind of yogurt with my protein powder, and then I love cottage cheese. And so it's just having those things on hand. So I don't always have to cook. So proteins, right? Make sure that you get those cooked ahead. I highly suggest that you get 2 to 3 proteins and cook those ahead. So maybe you're cooking 2 pounds of ground beef, right? Doing some chicken, and then maybe we're doing something. I always just shred that chicken, but maybe we're doing something different, like grilling chicken breasts or something like that. Being prepared is going to be the key, but we also have to be realistic. Like, what is it that you can do? Maybe enlist some help from your family as well, right? Instead of you doing everything, right? Have your husband commit to throwing the chicken on the grill every single week so that you guys have that available to you. So really just, what does it look like? How do you create your lifestyle so that you can be successful? And the next thing is just being realistic with the expectations of how long this is actually going to take. And so many women rush the process, and that's what leads to you having to diet over and over, just expecting, oh, this is going to happen in 2 months, when really it most likely won't. The last thing that I want to talk about is just knowing your why. Sure. Who doesn't want to look good on that spring cruise, right? But is that your true why? What is your true why? Do you want to feel more confident? Would improving your self-esteem bleed into other areas of your life, like your relationship with your partner or your performance at work? Do you want to look good naked and enjoy what's in the mirror instead of avoiding it entirely? Do you want to be able to get back into the cute clothes in your closet, wear your skinny jeans and tuck in your shirt rather than trying to hide your body in flowy tops? Do you want to have more energy and vitality so that you can enjoy your midlife, play with your grandkids? Just be super clear on your why. So to recap, first, assess in 2023 what worked and what didn't. Get clear on your goals and set realistic expectations, and then reverse engineer how to hit those goals, and be clear on your why. Why are you doing this in the first place? And so if you're tired of throwing spaghetti at the wall and seeing what sticks, and you would like the cheat code to losing weight once and for all and keeping it off, then consider hiring a coach. It doesn't have to be me, but I'll tell you, investing in myself was the best thing that I've ever done. And so if you do decide to invest in yourself, make sure that your coach is knowledgeable in hormones and metabolism and can navigate through those changes that have happened to your body in menopause. You can't just do what you used to do in your 30s and 40s, right? It isn't about eating less and exercising more at this point. And so to that point, we do have experience in all of the above, and we've actually lived it as well. And so walking the walk, talking the talk, my coaches and I, we have been through the stages of menopause, still going through it, to be honest, navigating HRT and changes that happen with your body, right? It's a different ballgame, ladies, when you're going through any of the stages of menopause. At this time of this recording, I think we still have a few spots left for our one-on-one coaching in January. And it's going to be like gangbusters. Everybody's going to be wanting to lose weight. I also see a huge rush to those 5-day juice cleanses or this lose weight in 30 days or doing a whole 30 or some of that stuff, right? We're really just being super restrictive, and you don't have to do that, right? Those cleanses and those juices and all that crap products are just a waste of money. It's just guiding you through the process as well, and just taking a look at you individually. What does your lifestyle look like? What does your work look like? How are we going to create this balance to have you enjoying your life, but also still losing weight, losing inches, and transforming yourself in the process? So I will include our booking link to book a call with us. I definitely want to talk to you first to see what your goals are, to see if you would be a good fit for our program, and to see if you would be a good fit for us. I definitely have a process that I have my clients go through. I don't just take anybody, and I don't mean to say that as elitist or anything. There are just certain people that I don't take. Right. So if you're like, I need to lose 10 pounds in 2 months for this cruise, or I need to lose 20 pounds by March for a wedding, that's not necessarily the client that I want to take on. I want to take on somebody who is ready to make this change to their lifestyle, not looking for a quick fix. But if you are just tired of losing and gaining the same weight over and over, if you're tired of going on a restrictive diet every damn January, like I did for 20 years, it's time to get out of that cycle. So give us a call, book a call with us. We'll talk about your goals, give you a quick little plan on what it is that we're going to do, and see what it looks like. So I will include that link. I hope you have a very happy new year. I am wishing you the absolute best for 2024. I am so looking forward to this year. I know it's going to be a rocking year, and I wish you the very same. So thank you so much for listening. If you found this helpful at all, share this with a friend, and please also give us a 5-star review. I would really appreciate that. All right, I will see you next year.